course, I'm not going to bring you the pattern books. So this is just about grading. So to introduce you a little bit to children's wear, which is a very different market than women's wear. If you go to Magic, you'll notice there are no children there, simply because they have their own market, and they have their own market week. So this is what children's include: infants, boys and girls, and this is usually one size only. Then you have babies, which are boys and girls, and this starts at 3 months. This is as you by age. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18, 24, and 36, and that's called babies, baby wear. Then you go, when you get 36 months, then you move into toddlers, which becomes boys and girl wear. Now you're into years: 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years old. Then after 4 years, you go into children's, separating you from boys and girls size, and that's what we're doing today: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6X. On your test, this was the size step of 1, because we have to accommodate you as you grow. We accommodate you either in months, and then we move you on to 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. Because every year, every 12 months, you get bigger and bigger, taller and taller. So now we have to accommodate you. Once you get to 6X in children's, you move now into separating girls wear and boys wear. And in girls, this is 7, 8, 10, 12, and 14. In boys, it's 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Once you get out of children's and boys, and you get to 14, 12 to 14 years old, you go into what is called preteens, the tween market. Everybody's heard of the tween market, right? Preteens. And then from preteens, you go into the missy wear. So this is a very good book on the growth of children's wear. Also in this book, I'll open it up for you, they give you the charts on how to grade, okay, and then they give you the pictures with the grade reference charts on them. So it's a really good book, and it walks you through a lot of the basics, like the little basic dress that we're doing, basic sleeves, just like women's wear that you did, the basic sleeves. It walks you into skirts, walks you into the basic dresses. So it gives you the basics on how to grade them. We have pants for children, okay, and how to grade pants, and then the charts for them, and then the breakdown that you're going to be doing on the bodice front, the bodice back, and the sleeve, and we're adding the Peter Pan collar to this one, okay, which makes it a little different. So it's a very good book if you want to add that to your collection on children's. And then tomorrow we're doing menswear. Menswear is also included in here. So this is a very good book for that. So I'm going to put the book up here for any of you who we do not carry it anymore at the bookstore. You can pretty much only get it online now. So on that note, let's get her off of here. Now that you've become acquainted with her. We are grading the collar. This is the Peter Pan collar. Peter Pan collar is a flat collar, as opposed to the first collar you did, which was the convertible collar, so which is a rolled stand collar. We're grading the front, we're grading the back, we're grading the sleeve to this. So you will owe me 4 pieces. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. In your book on page 41, let's go to your book on page 41. Your grade method, we're going to do cumulative until I can get you more paper. And this is all, children's wear is always a 1-inch grade. They never grow, because you have to grow year by year, month by month. So with that, you only, since you're going from one size in 30 days to another size in 30 days, then it's just 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch. They never do the 1.5 or the 2. So with our child's block, based on cumulative, this should fit on your machines. Our size range. This size is a size 4. That means it fits a 4-year-old. We're going to grade down to the 3-year-old, to the 2-year-old, and then up to 5 years old and 6 years old. We won't do the 6X. This is all 1 inch down, 1 inch up. We've always done 1 inch down, but now you can, I want you to understand, you can also do 1 inch up. So it's just a matter of direction. Our length grade on this bodice is a 1/2 inch. So your breakdown on this one means you have 2 places for growth. One is middle of the armhole, and we're going to keep that at 1/8 inch. The midriff section will be the one that's 3/8. 3/8 plus 1/8 will give you the 1/2 inch. Okay? So we'll have the 1/2 inch down here between sizes. On the sleeve, there's no length grade on short sleeves. You have to be below the elbow before I get the length grade. So since this is a little short sleeve, that means you only have grading at the cap, you have grading at the inseams, but there's no grading on the hem of this. So that becomes your stacking point. So if I stack here evenly and work up, then I get to see the 1/8 inch and the 1/8 inch on each side. Okay? Our stacking points on the bodices are always at the center front, center back neckline. Okay? And we are grading the collar over here. Since this is a 1 inch grade, it's going to be the arrows. These are your direction arrows. This is your in and out. This is your up and down. Because your collar isn't straight, your collar has an angle to it. So the in and out arrows are from the center back to the neckline, and then from the neckline notch to the center front, this is your up and down. So this will grade a little differently. Since we're sticking to the 1 inch grade to match this, it'll be 1/8 inch in both directions. Okay. Also on page 35 in your book, this is the big people, the size 8 collar for women's. You can do either one. You can do either one. This is the one that goes to the dress. So this is the little kitty collar. This is the women's collar. Can you see the similarity here? How they look? They have that U shape. So they'll grade the same. Either collar is fine. So you can make a copy of this one, or you can just take this and staple it to manila and make a manila copy for grading purposes. Any questions? Alrighty, so let's begin. Okay. On your machine, you will notice that you can't grade all 3 pieces at the same time, but you can put them on your machine at the same time. So we can now put all 3 together. The collar will grade separately. Your reference for this is page 15 in your book. Let's go to page 12 first. Page 12, front and back bodice, where you have the 1 inch grade listed. You should have a 1 inch grade listed here, or anywhere in your notebook where you did the 1 inch grade for a bodice. It should be on page 12.
What are we grading first?
We're going to grade the bodice, front and back bodice first. So your reference for this one is page 12. Or wherever you wrote this in your book, for those of you who don't like to use the charts. Whoops, let's get it back on there. 0, 0. We're going to do this cumulative. It should all fit on your machine. Everybody found it in their book? Should have been on page 12 with a 1 inch, a 1.5, and a 2 inch grade. The front and back bodice. You have it written probably over here in this column for grading down. We're going to take those measurements and plug them into this column, and we're going to grade up. grade up or down with this. So, step number 1, everybody with me? I am going from the size 4 to a 5. 4 to a 5. Okay. Step number 1, mark the center front and approximately 1/2 inch of the neckline. We're doing front and back together because they grade the same. So I'm marking the center back first, and it has an extension for an opening.
You're doing the front?
I'm doing the front and back together.
Oh, they grade together?
They grade together. And 1/2 inch of the neckline. On the front, marking the center front and 1/2 inch of the neckline. So you can do it to both of them at the same time. That is step number 1. Since we're doing this cumulative, we'll mark all the patterns.